Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Supermicro computer, and we have been tracking here a 1-2-1-2 setup that would lead us into a large third wave where we would still need to complete a 4-5 pattern, and in the case of the yellow scenario an additional 4-5 pattern to complete the third wave. Now it is possible that we are also having here an A, B, C, which would form a larger wave 1, and then we would only have 1-1-2 setup in this case, and then this could even be the entire third wave complete that would take us, or not necessarily would, but could take us much lower before we actually go to new highs. So going into the shorter time frame here, one thing I want to mention, and that I do mention every time, is that this move to the downside could have been the entire wave 4 complete, and we are now in the 5th wave heading to new all-time highs. A possibility, still possible, a bit less likely with the latest developments where we pushed directly higher here, in my opinion, but further structure may disprove that theory. But there is also the possibility that we had here a large A wave, and then we had the B wave up, and we are now in the C wave to the downside. Although the direct C wave also got much less probable with the break above the 78.6% retracement level here in orange, and I'm actually going to remove that resistance zone, although it is still technically possible that we are still within this 1-2 setup, and it will continue to be technically possible until we actually invalidate it formally by breaking above this peak at around $66. And another possibility is that this B wave just gets reset higher, and that could be even within the green scenario, although I would now like to replace the ABC that we have been tracking, because this is not looking very much like a C wave to me anymore. And I have been tracking this move as a WXY even previously, although it wouldn't have been an A wave in that case, it would have been a W wave or a B wave. It could have been either a W wave or a B wave, and in the A wave case I would have actually had to count it as an ABC, where the C wave would have a small, maybe unseen 1-2 here, and then a third wave up, a fourth, and a fifth, because the C wave actually needs to be a 5-wave move, whereas the Y wave does not. But yeah, I am now replacing this and I'm adding it as a WXY. I'm also still keeping it green though. And I would also have now to remove the 5-wave pattern here in green, because the Y wave is a 3-wave move, a simple correction pattern. And we would now instead track this either as this ABC, where we would now be in the C wave, and I'm going to track this as the blue case, the blue scenario in this area. And I also want to add the possibility that the A wave actually topped here, and then we had the B wave here, and the C wave is now unfolding in this scenario too. And yeah, this is actually my preferred interpretation. This the green idea, where the A wave topped here in a 5-wave move, and then we had a very short B wave, and now we are heading directly higher in the C wave. When we actually get to completing this C wave, and we are still a bit away, I will provide a support zone that, if held, we could actually prove, if it holds and pushes back higher, we could prove that we are instead in the blue scenario. But until that happens, I will track the green idea, and I have even added a small support zone for me to track, and maybe even post and record and post a video about it. But we actually got into it and pushed already and formed a new high before I got to do that. And yeah, at the moment I am looking at this as maybe it could be a diagonal, but it could be a larger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an impulse in this case, or yeah, in a diagonal it would be something like this, and then the third wave would have completed here. And let's check the extensions, because this doesn't look very good to me. No, we did actually reach the ideal extension in this case, so quite a valid possibility. I do still prefer the idea that we are in an impulse though, and in this case I would be looking at the idea that this move up is a third wave that is still unfolding, and I will provide a minuscule count in this case, where the third wave is not actually complete, and like this. And the support zone that I would be looking for here would be between $59.6 down to around $56.7. If we actually push directly higher, it maybe we complete it directly. This was also, after all, a very short wave too, so this fourth wave could also be a very short one. Maybe we don't even get necessarily to this support zone, but yeah, I will try to keep you updated on these levels. And yeah, even if we complete it here, we have completed this third wave, and we make a short and quick fourth and a fifth, we can still track a larger support zone for this entire third wave. If this fails, then yeah, we would actually have to switch to maybe something different. But at the moment, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover. I'll do my best to keep you updated on this chart and the others that I'm covering. And at the moment, there may be a bit too many. I try to keep them all up to date, but yeah, in this case, unfortunately, I didn't get to do an update until now. But yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, and the structure is still quite hard to foresee and predict. But I think this region is a bit more clear than it has been in the past. And yeah, especially this latest move to the upside was a bit unexpected, based and after the news that Nvidia's chip shipping to China ban has been lifted. And yeah, that also gave the supermicro computer stock the push it needed. But anyway, I'm rambling a bit too much now, and I want to close this off. So have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next videos. Bye bye.